Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, November 19. Industry and Commerce State Minister Floyd Green says government has been creating the environment for the startup of micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs, and for the growth of established ones. Minister Green was speaking on OPM Connect on Monday in observance of Global Entrepreneurship Week.
We've done some changes recently in relation to removal of the minimum business tax, because it used to be that before you start a business in Jamaica, unfortunately, in the recent history, you would owe a tax. The government has sought it fixed to remove that tax so that you can focus your energies, forming your company, getting formalized, coming into our entities and doing business.
Minister Green says MSMEs are a vital part of government's economic growth agenda, as they form 90% of companies that pay taxes and account for approximately 80% of employment figures.
What we still think we need to do more of is, one, create a greater culture, that people are willing to take the risk to get into business. It is a risk. That people think firstly about what business they can go into instead of how they can become an employee. And that we have the support services, the hand-holding services, largely through our JBDC, to ensure that when they want to get into business, the government is there to guide them along that process.
The Ministry of Transport and Mining is reporting that approximately 90 exploratory licenses have been approved for semi-precious minerals such as cobalt, copper, gold, silver, and zinc since March 2018. Portfolio Minister Robert Montego says most of the prospecting mining firms are Jamaican-owned companies, which will allow the profits to stay in the country.
When we hear about mining, people normally just think of bauxite. And they don't remember that we have gold in Jamaica, we have copper, and we have tin. And right now, almost every square inch of Jamaica is under a prospecting license for some kind of mineral. We have never had so much activity in the mining sector as ever before as the time we are having now.
The minister was speaking recently at a corporate governance seminar. He gave the assurance that government was encouraging and facilitating the sustainable exploitation of minerals. Adolescent fathers and teenage boys are to benefit from the launch of 2 new programs. The announcement was made by Gender Minister Olivia Grange in her message to mark International Men's Day. It's being observed today under the theme, Building Strong Men Through Health and Wellness, Balance the Ting.
I'm pleased to announce the start of 2 new initiatives. The Mentor Me 2020, which will see outstanding men helping high school boys to become outstanding and balanced men of the future. And the Young Fathers Jamaica initiative, which will assist adolescent fathers to become outstanding dads.
The programs will be implemented by the Bureau of Gender Affairs and the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation. Minister Grange says her ministry will be leading targeted interventions across the country to address some of the health and wellness issues that men face every day. Meanwhile, speaking in her capacity as sports minister, Ms. Grange congratulated the national senior team on their qualification for the 2021 Lacrosse Women's World Cup. The women earned their place by finishing 3rd in the qualifiers on the weekend. Minister Grange says the achievement is historic for Jamaica and the Caribbean. She says it demonstrates the success of initiatives by the government for the development of sports. The Lacrosse Women's 2021 World Cup will be held from July 7 to 17 at the Towson University in Maryland, United States. And finally, civil servants have been rewarded for their stellar performance in the current fiscal year. The Jamaica Information Services Acting Director of Research, Print and Production Division, Celia Lindsay, is one of 3 persons selected as the 2019-2020 Civil Servant of the Year. She's joined by Customer Service Manager at the Administrator General's Department, Sophia Levy, and Administrative Assistant with the JDF Coast Guard, Candice Daly. The awardees received various prizes, including $150,000 for a joint community project from this year's main sponsor, First Heritage Cooperative Credit Union. The event was organized by the Civil Service Week Steering Committee in the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. Minister of Finance Dr. Nigel Clark says the administration remains focused on further strengthening the public sector through the recruitment of people who are technically proficient.
We are marching towards having the strongest public administration that we can imagine, with people who are technically proficient, who are sharp, who are on the top of their game. Because that is what it takes if we want Jamaica to achieve higher and higher levels of greatness. Now, to do so, or to get this, requires action on the part of civil servants, but it also requires action on the part of policy and government. And one of the things that I want to support is investing in our civil service.
And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.